Hi everyone, it's Peg, and I am just getting ready to play with my new stamps. And in order to do that, I need to mount them on some mounting foam. Now I know I've shown you guys how to do this before, but I'm just going to run through it quickly. I had gotten my pack of Easy Mount. This is a static cling mounting cushion. And when you order stamps, you sometimes have an option of getting them with the mount or without. And Gina is one of those that allows me to get it without. And if you mount your own stamps, it typically is cheaper than buying those with the cling mount foam already on it, because somebody has had to do the labor and all of that. And, you know, I'm not saying it's not worth it. It is. But if you can save a buck or two here, then you can probably buy some more stamps, right? So, this is my red rubber, and it, as you can see, it doesn't have anything on it. It's just the sheet of red rubber. And what you do is you peel off the adhesive side of this mounting foam, and then you're going to lay this down onto the mounting foam, and you're going to cut out your stamps. Now, what I recommend for doing that is a non-stick pair of scissors, something like the Tim Holtz ones. And when you cut around these, what you want to do, I just kind of separate them first. I'll go in here and separate out my images, just like so. Because when this goes through the vulcanizer, it, you know, gives you this little lip on the edge and all of that. So now I have them like this. What you want to do is trim around each image. And when you're trimming, you want to be careful not to get too close or to undercut your stamped image, because if you do that, what I'm talking about is when you're cutting out, say, a small image like this, if I were to cut back in underneath at an angle, I mean, I could go right up close like so, but I don't want to come in and cut so close and my scissors so angled that it cuts back in underneath the stamped image itself, because then you have a problem, because then it isn't going to stamp right. So here's a trimmed out stamp. Grab a block. Here's a small block. Okay, so now it has this paper liner, and you can peel the paper liner off. You can peel the paper liner off and stick that onto your block, and get some ink and a piece of paper. And I'm going to ink it. And this is where you can tell if you don't have things trimmed out well enough. Ink it and stamp it, and you get your nice image then. Okay? And that's all there is to that. So then I'm going to move on, and I'm going to start making some cards with my new stamps. So give me a minute and we'll be back. Okay, so I've done all my stamp testing, just stamping it out on a piece of paper. And typically, what I store small sets in are these Avery L pockets. But because this is a nice large stamp set, it doesn't fit in one of these. So I thought I'd show you my alternative. These are job ticket holders, and you can buy these on Amazon, and I'll try to remember to put the link down below. But yeah, I've got them all in here. She puts this extra sheet in, and what I do is I sandwich that in between a couple pieces of plastic to mount my stamps onto, and then I'm ready to roll. So what I'm going to do is try some techniques with these stamps. These are, I think these were called boho something, and I really like the bold image on them. So I'm going to emboss, but before I do that, I have some regular cardstock here. I think this is Nina Solar White, and I'm going to get out my Color Burst colors. Let's see, do I want to do this first or second? We'll try it both ways. I will pick a couple of colors. This is turquoise and lime green and a chartreuse. Those should work well together because they're all in the same color family. And I'm just going to put a little bit down on the background of my card. That was the chartreuse. That is the lime green. And this is the turquoise. Some of these come out faster than the others. It looks like the turquoise came out a little bit faster. So then I'm going to take, this is a Tim Holtz distress sprayer, and I'm just going to start spritzing. And you can see how that color has moved. I'm going to take my paper towel and mop some of that up. And then I'm going to dry, and I'll be back. So I decided I was just going to do some simple stamping on some of these. I have a number of different backgrounds. This one has turned out kind of light, so I thought I should ink this where I can see what I'm getting. I thought I would try a little bit of simple stamping. See how I like that. And I'm using an archival ink pad. This one happens to be, I believe, the fern green. But I'm leaving ample space to put a sentiment or something in here. And then, let's see, and do it in the Versamark. And like so. And let's to another over here. And then clean that off. Get my embossing tray and add some white embossing powder to my image. Like so. I can see I've got a little bit where it does not belong. So I just grab a brush, do a little cleanup before I emboss. And get the heat gun. Doesn't that give a lovely image? So this can just go back in my container. I have my brush here to clean that off. And these are just dollar store containers that I put a little cable cord clip on with little mini spoons for my embossing powder. And those clip down to hold that so I don't make a mess. So those are the two that I just did. I can put, you know, a sentiment or something on these. And make my card. And then I end up with a nice pile of cards like this. This is that heart image. This has the image in the background here. This is a little bee image. There's that leaf and another one of the flowers, a different flower. So you can see that whole set is a wonderful set because you get, what do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 images for less than $20. And to me, that's kind of a bargain. You know, when you're stamp shopping, you want to think about where you're spending your money and how much it's going to cost you. So Gina did not ask me to do this for her, but as a thank you, as you know, I watch these smaller channels that are trying to make a living at doing their art and bringing it to you at no cost. The way that I can support her is just by doing things like this, by saying my thanks, by buying her stamps and creating with them and having a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.